Oh, hey Deja, good morning. You must have joined in just as I closed the other one. How are you today? Hope you're doing well. Recording so I can put this up on YouTube. All right, now we are live and ready to go. So let me share my screen again. Good morning to everyone. Happy Friday. Happy last day of the term. All right, so once again, looking for about five things. Number one is family tree. You can find it under the reading notes, checkpoint one. If you scroll down, you see where it says entry event note taker right here. And then it looks like this. You want to scroll down till you see task two, and then here it has some directions on what you need to do to create your family tree. So define in your own words what is a family tree. Brainstorm the people you would include, right? Create a key. A key is just, you know, you telling me how to read it, meaning like, okay, if it's a blue name, it means it's on my dad's side. If it's a red name, it means it's on my mom's side. If it's a dotted line, they are brother and sister, or siblings. If it's a straight line, they're married, something like that. And then just create the actual family tree. You can do that right here on this Summit doc. You can do it on a Google Doc or a Google Slide like PowerPoint. You can do it by hand and then take a picture of it. That's the way most people did it. And then just share that with my email. Whatever works for you. Okay. That is how the family tree works. After you finish that, you can come back up and click on the actual checkpoint here, reading notes. All right. That looks like this. All right. This has been giving some people trouble. So just to go over this again real quick, we're only focused on chapter one right here for Effia. Okay. And you are filling this out, and there's this little cheat sheet up here that kind of tells you how to fill out each box, right? And we're only worried about the first three. Don't worry about this last one, questions and responses. Don't worry about that one, right? We're filling this out based on our story, Homegoing, okay? The link to which I will put in the chat right now for everyone. All right. So we're just focused on chapter one of that story. Okay. And based on that story, you're filling out these boxes. So the notes are kind of like your who, what, when, where, why, point of view, purpose. What point of view is this story told from? How does that point of view affect the way this chapter makes the reader feel? Why do you think the author did that? Amir did a really good job of this recently, going over everybody that's turned some in already. So good job. And then one or two important quotes from this section that kind of help spread the main points. Um, okay, and I will also put in the chat um, how to find the audiobook if you want to use that as well. So if you want the audiobook, just search Homegoing on YouTube and then you should find it that way. Okay. There's also class recordings from earlier in the term where I'm going over this in more detail, providing you some examples, some sentence starters. So feel free to check out the Yes Philly channel and watch those as well. If you need some extra help. Right. If you'd like me to put the link for the YouTube channel in the chat, let me know and I can do that as well. All right. So those are our first two checkpoints. All right. After that, you can go to the narrative outline checkpoint. This should be checkpoint two on yours. Okay. And you start with, if you scroll down to the resources, it should say brainstorming prompts activity right here. Looks like this, right? You are just answering these questions in the boxes for your own responses, not based on the story. This is based on you, right? Coming up with background info here to help you fill out the actual checkpoint, which is the narrative outline up here that looks like this. Okay. This is where you are planning out the story you are coming up with for the final product. All right. So again, you're writing me a story, all right, that, similar to, the beginning of Up, and some other movies we've talked about, is told through three different vignettes, or like short narrative moments, like flashbacks, flash forwards. Okay. So you're going to have three different little sections. One's going to happen in the past with, some certain characters. The other one's going to happen in the present with the character that is you or based on you. And then another one's going to happen in the future with other characters. Each of them is going to be their own kind of little thing, but they're all going to work together to tell one bigger story, right? Just like how, if you remember when we watched the beginning of Up as an example, each of those little flashbacks at the beginning, is its own little thing, but they all work together to tell the bigger story, give us the greater detail, into Carl and who he is as a character, and what is actually, why he is the way he is at the beginning of the story. That's how vignettes work. Okay. So you're going to plan that out in the outline. Like you can see, I've already done as an example in mine. All right. And then you're going to take everything you have there, put it into the final product, which you can find right down here. Don't worry about this one. We're only focused on past, present, future narrative. Right. So you come up here, click the link, and then it looks like this. And you're just going to take everything you have in the outline, put it into the final product in story form, meaning it should look and sound, like it should look and read like a story. So maybe some dialogue, multiple paragraphs, right? And this should be about a page, page and a half. Can be longer if you want, right? But should be no less than that. Okay. So in other words, I shouldn't see just one paragraph or one big paragraph, like a text message, right? And then once you complete that, ladies and gents, you are done and you are good to go, right? That is everything we have, right? And I know some of you have already turned some of this stuff in, so keep up the great work, all right? And now let me check the chat for questions. When you say, do we have to do the table, Akira, which one are you talking about? Which checkpoint are you referring to?
I think it's the first one with the time, like where you got the information from.
Let me see. Let me share my screen again. Are you talking about this one right here?
Yeah, that one right there.
Okay, yeah. This table appeared. No, don't worry about this. This is just, if we would have been able to read the whole book, then we would have filled this out as we were going along. But obviously we couldn't because we're virtual, and it didn't work out that way. So what you can use this table for is just, it's just an easy. You can click on FEA and it brings you right to that section. So all you're filling out is these boxes, right? Don't worry about the table up here. Does that answer your question?
Okay.
Cool. All right. Questions with anything else? That was a good question. Thank you, Kira. Questions with anything else? Okay. All right, ladies and gents. Then the rest of the time is yours to work on whatever it is you need to be caught up. Remember, everything is due by 11:59 tonight. If you are working on stuff and you find you might not make it, but you think maybe if I work over the weekend, I can get it done, then shoot me an email or a message. Let me know, and we can address that situation as it arises. But that is not a guarantee, uh, because again, we have had 9 weeks to work on this stuff. So everything should be in by 11:59 tonight. If you have an issue, let me know, and I'll see if we can figure something out. All right. But no guarantees there. So I will be on mute. If you have questions as you work on stuff, put them in the chat or give me a shout and let me know. All right. Thank you guys. Good job. Keep up the good work. Just another quick reminder that if you are working on this stuff and um, you find you still have questions, I am going to be in a summit lab later today. And if you'd like me to put the link to the YouTube channel in the chat so you can watch older class recordings, um, just see how to do some of these checkpoints, let me know and I can put that in the chat as well. All right. Thank you guys.